Lewis Hamilton's first official test runs in the Ferrari SF24. That's right, the 7-time world champion has finally taken the prancing horse for a spin, and the lap times are in. But here's the thing, what do these numbers really tell us? Is Hamilton already feeling at home in red, or is there still a mountain to climb before he can challenge for that elusive 8th title? And let's not forget, Charles Leclerc was also on track. How did the two stack up against each other? Stick around, because we're breaking down the data, the drama, and what this could mean for Ferrari's 2025 season. Oh, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got loads more F1 content coming your way. Alright, let's set the scene. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc were both out on track at Barcelona, driving the Ferrari SF24. Now, before we get into the lap times, it's important to remember that testing is testing. Teams are experimenting with setups, fuel loads, and tire compounds, so these times aren't always a direct reflection of performance. That said, the numbers don't lie, and they're giving us some fascinating insights. Hamilton completed 87 laps, with his fastest time clocking in at 1 minute, 19.0 seconds. Leclerc, on the other hand, did 86 laps and posted a 1 minute 19.6. That's just a tenth of a second difference between the two. Now, on the surface, that might not seem like much, but when you consider that Hamilton is still getting used to the car, it's pretty impressive. What's even more interesting is that both drivers were running a low downforce setup, similar to what you'd see at Monza or Las Vegas. This means Hamilton wasn't able to fully experience the car's performance at higher downforce levels, which are crucial for most tracks on the calendar. Still, the fact that he's already so close to Leclerc's pace is a promising sign. Now let's talk about those lap times in more detail. Hamilton's best lap was a 1 minute 19.0, while Leclerc's was a 1 minute 19.6. But here's where it gets interesting. McLaren's Lando Norris was also on track, and he set a blistering 1 minute 18.5. That's 7/10 faster than the Ferraris. So, what does this tell us? Well, for starters, it's a reminder that testing times should always be taken with a grain of salt. Different teams have different goals during these sessions. McLaren might have been running a lighter fuel load or a more aggressive setup, which could explain Norris's faster time. But the real takeaway here is Hamilton's comfort level in the Ferrari. Peter Windsor, a well-respected F1 analyst, has even suggested that Hamilton seems more at ease in the SF24 than he has in any Mercedes over the past couple of years. That's a big statement, and if it's true, it could mean we're in for an exciting season. Now, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the future, specifically 2026. This test wasn't just about the SF24, it was also a chance for Ferrari to experiment with the new tire compounds and setups that will be introduced in 2026. One of the biggest changes coming in 2026 is the reduction in tire width. The front and rear tires will be narrower, which means less mechanical grip, but also less drag. This could lead to faster straight-line speeds and more overtaking opportunities, which is great news for fans. During the test, Ferrari and McLaren were both running these new tire specs, and the differences were noticeable. The cars looked sleeker, and the lap times were competitive. But again, it's hard to draw any definitive conclusions just yet. What we do know is that Ferrari is already thinking ahead, and Hamilton's involvement in these tests shows just how committed he is to making this partnership work. Let's take a moment to talk about the Hamilton effect. Since it was announced that Lewis would be joining Ferrari in 2025, the buzz around the team has been unreal. Merchandise sales have skyrocketed, and fans are more excited than ever. But it's not just about the hype. Hamilton's presence is already having an impact on the team's dynamics. During the test, he was seen working closely with Ferrari engineers, providing feedback and sharing insights from his years of experience. This kind of collaboration is exactly what Ferrari needs if they want to challenge Red Bull and Mercedes in the coming seasons. And let's not forget about Charles Leclerc. The Monegasque driver has been Ferrari's golden boy for years, but now he's got a 7-time world champion as his teammate. How will this dynamic play out? Will they push each other to new heights, or will there be tension? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, it's going to be fascinating to watch. Let's touch on some other big news in the F1 world. Cadillac is set to enter the sport in 2026, and they'll be using Ferrari engines. This has sparked a lot of speculation about who their drivers might be. Names like Colton Herta, Sergio Perez, and Valtteri Bottas are all in the mix. Herta, in particular, makes a lot of sense as an American driver joining an American team. Perez and Bottas, on the other hand, bring a wealth of experience that could be invaluable for a new team. And then there's Guan Yu Zhou, who's been linked to a reserve driver role at Ferrari. With the Chinese Grand Prix returning to the calendar this year, Zhou's presence could be a huge boost to Ferrari's popularity in Asia. It's all shaping up to be a very interesting few years in F1. Let's not forget the bigger picture here. Ferrari and McLaren have been fierce rivals for decades, and this test has only added fuel to the fire. While Ferrari was busy getting Hamilton acclimated to the SF24, McLaren was out there setting blistering lap times with Lando Norris. The rivalry between these two teams is one of the most storied in F1 history, and it's only going to intensify in the coming years. With Hamilton at Ferrari and McLaren continuing to improve, we could be in for some epic battles on track. But here's the thing, testing is just the beginning. The real test will come when the lights go out in Bahrain next year. That's when we'll see if Ferrari's gamble on Hamilton pays off, or if McLaren can continue their upward trajectory. Finally, let's talk about the fans. The reaction to Hamilton's move to Ferrari has been nothing short of electric. Social media has been buzzing with excitement, and the hype is real, but not everyone is convinced. Some fans are skeptical about whether Hamilton can adapt to a new team and car at this stage in his career. Others are worried about how he'll gel with Leclerc. Hamilton's adaptation to Ferrari is already generating excitement, but challenges remain. His feedback and experience could be game changers for Ferrari's development, while Leclerc's presence ensures strong internal competition. The evolving dynamics within the team will be crucial as they prepare for the coming seasons. Meanwhile, the broader F1 landscape is shifting, with Cadillac's entry and driver market rumors adding intrigue. Fans are eager to see how these elements unfold, but true performance will only be revealed once racing begins. With expectations soaring, all eyes will be on Ferrari to see if this gamble leads to championship glory. So, what do you think about Hamilton's Ferrari test times? Is this the start of a new era for the prancing horse, or is there still a long way to go before they can challenge for the championship? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more F1 news, analysis, and updates. And hey, if you could have any driver pairing in F1, who would it be? Let's get the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep your eyes on the track and your hearts in the race. Bye for now.